situationship last night.
Right.
I basically took your advice,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there earlier tonight and ended things.
Nice.
And the one thing that stuck out most to me is what he said. He says to me, "Well, you're doing the right thing because you're supposed to look out for yourself more than anybody else. But when I am serious about being loved correctly and having a relationship, I'll be calling you hands down." That was just the weirdest thing, the weirdest response. But
Right.
I'm glad I talked to you. But I went on and I ended it. So
I'm proud of
just
you.
kind of wanted to come in and say thank you.
Absolutely. I'm proud of you, love. That's you made the right decision. And his response just shows like I mean his response is basically implying that he was never taking it that seriously to begin with, right?
There you go. There you go.
Right. So you made the right decision.
So say that again.
I said so you made the right decision.
Definitely. It hurts. It does. It definitely hurts a little bit, but it ain't the first rodeo, so
Right.
I'll get through it.
That's right. Yeah, you'll find someone in better alignment. We have to just learn lessons when we have these type of experiences. They become a
Exactly.
waste when we don't learn anything from them, right? When we don't reflect on them and extract like the gems that those experiences can give us. So the next person that you get with and get serious with should be of higher quality.
That part.
Right.
That part. So, but I did. I just wanted to jump in and say thank you because it hurts, but I also feel like something's been lifted.
Right.
So,
Right. And it'll suck for a while, but you'll feel better sometime
yeah,
soon.
it ain't the first rodeo.
Right.
So, I'll get there.
Well, all right, love. Best of luck to you, all right?
Thank you.
All right, take care. Lily, what's going on? Lily, you are muted.
What's up, brother? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. Just have two questions.
Sure.
Okay, the first question is it okay for a man who is in a serious relationship to have, security on, his cell phone and to always like be so protective over his phone? Even when he's in the toilet, he's with his phone. The phone is always face down. Am I just being paranoid, or do you think he's hiding something?
It's possible when you said that he's protective. In what way is he protective?
He won't let me go nowhere near the phone at all.
He won't let you go anywhere near the phone, you said?
Yeah, he won't let me go nowhere near the phone. Even if I ask, I just want to look at pictures, whatever. No, he's a no, no, no.
Right.
He acts very defensive.
Got you. How long have you been with him?
8 years. Bye.
Jesus Christ. 8 years? Okay. 8 years. Has he always been that way?
No, he wasn't like that in the beginning. He didn't even care about his phone in the beginning. Just throws it around. More for the past 2 years or so.
Okay. Yeah, that's not good. That's definitely not good. When it's like, you always gotta pay attention to like behavior shifts. If he was like just treating his phone like it was no big deal before, and now all of a sudden he's like, you can't touch it, you can't, it's radioactive, you can't go nowhere near it, right? Not good, love. Not good. I can't say what he's doing, but he's hiding something, right?
Okay, good, good. Thank you so much. That's obvious. So the second question is, if you're trying to get a man to change over the years and he's refusing to change, and the moment that you walked away and he's trying to offer you all kinds of things, cars and whatever, does it mean that he's actually genuinely changed, or he's just scared to lose you?
The second one. What kind of change are you trying to create?
Well, maybe perhaps if he was cheating and all the other stuff, abuse, pride, whatever he was doing, and you've tried to have this conversation for over the years. You've been forgiven, you've been patient, you've taken all kinds of things that, you never actually thought you would take from a man. And now, the last minute that you just decided to walk away, I can put up with this. And immediately, he wants to give you all of the things that you've been asking for, which he has refused to give you previously. Is it because of he's afraid that you're leaving, or is he actually genuinely willing to change?
He's afraid that you're leaving.
So, in a case, if I come back, is the same thing going to continue again?
Right. Yes.
Or,
Yep. Yep.
okay, why so? Can you please explain? I just want to understand from a man's perspective.
Love, because he doesn't want to change, beloved. Okay, because he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. Right. That's why he didn't change. But he wants to have his cake and eat it too. Right. So he wants to do whatever he's doing, but then also have access to you. Right. This isn't something you need to understand. This is just something you should leave.
All right.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you so much for that involvement. Thank you.
Okay. No worries, love. You take care.
All right.
Okay. Let's give Hannah a second to see if she connects. I know we've ended a lot of relationships on this live, but I think we've also saved some because some of you may be in relationships and you're like, I don't know if this is the right person for me. And then you hear people call in and you hear the problems they have, and you're like, I should shut the fuck up. I should probably just be happy for what I got. Who we got? Commander? My bad, bro. I just muted you twice. We got to get the timing right.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
Right. Right. Okay. I've talked about my situation a lot before on this, and yeah, it's been a very eventful few days. I thought my ex would be kind of mature enough, but the situation's got like 10 times worse.
Okay. Can you do something? Can you do something about the background noise? I don't know.
I'll turn it off.
Okay.
It's just something like right. Yeah. So to say this in the least, I've had her telling stories about us to our mates, making me look like a bad guy when I wasn't really. It was just I tried my best and I made mistakes while she blatantly disrespected me in the relationship.
Right.
And I've had like 5 people come to us, and the police might be getting involved soon for it, but the worst things happened recently, and I've just found out today she leaked my address to our mates, so all our mates now know where I live, and I might have a bit of trouble around my area because it's quite a bad area with knife crime. And it's a bit stressful. I'm not really in the right mindset. I'm kind of not. I'm shitting myself, to be honest with you.
Okay.
So yeah, no, she's like leaked my address to her friends, so they know where I live now, and it's very worrying. And it's not been so good for us, my mindset recently.
Okay. What's your question here, bro?
I didn't know what to do, honestly. I thought the way she was in the relationship was mature, and then she's just, I didn't know what to do with myself, really. I'm just absolutely fucking panicked. I'm like absolutely everywhere, and I'm blaming myself a bit as well. I don't know why. I don't know why at all. It shouldn't be me, but I don't know what it is.
So you said you called in before and talked about the situation?
Yes, I called about a few weeks ago about it, and it wasn't this severe. It was kind of just people saying stuff to us, but it didn't really get as severe as now, and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know who to talk to.
What did I tell you previously? Because I don't remember the situation.
I mean, I mainly just talked about how I was struggling with the breakup, and you went, well, just like go with the motions, make your own life and that, which I have, but it's hard to do that when your ex is constantly buggering you with people on me account. Our mates are on me account constantly spying on us. I've got and then I've got people, this happened, and I'm just like all over right now. I don't know what to do.
Okay, so you called in previously because y'all went through a breakup?
Yes, we broke up
Okay.
about 2 months ago now, and she kind of just kept to herself at that point. Okay, that's better. But yeah, no, she kept to herself, and then she kind of just went off the rails now, and I don't know if it's she's like, I don't know if it's just like because all this has been getting worse since I've started ignoring her, and I've started getting on with my own life. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I've got school next week, and it's a college that some of her friends go to, and I just don't feel safe, to be honest with you.
Okay. Why did y'all break up?
It looked like a mutual thing, but it wasn't. It was more of a thing that she said, like she wanted to break up and she wanted to do it on good terms, and I wanted to work on it, so I just had to accept it. But it was like she broke up with us on Christmas Day, and she said to us that she wanted time to herself, but that wasn't the case because she went to someone 4 days later. She just wanted to be with someone else, so she wasn't honest with us through the relationship. She was an avoidant, so if we ever got too close mentally and emotionally, she would kind of just back off from us, saying that she needs space, and then send mixed signals, and it's
Okay.
that was how the relationship was. And our mates, she would often just take our mates' side and put our mates over me, and then it was just, I took a lot of disrespect in the relationship, and I'm only recognizing it now, but it's just, this situation's got horrendous for us now.
Okay.
Different now.
So she broke up with you.
Yes.
And you just moved on with your life.
Yes.
And then she started stalking you.
She was on my account at first. I blocked her. Then she went on her alt account. I blocked that account. Then she had a new partner on my account, so I went off that account, and then I blocked that account too. Then she had her best mate on her main account go on my account, and this was through time. And then she had her best mate alt go on my account, and then she has just, I probably think there's other people who are just their friends group that are on my account as well that I don't know, and it's actually horrendous. I've got them constantly just spying on us, and at this point I just don't even block any more people anymore because I can't be bothered with it. I'll just let them see me content, because honestly, if they just relay it back to me, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Right. So how do you know that she leaked your address?
Because today, I had a random person like normal come to me and start berating me on the story she told, and at the end of the message she said, "Oh, is this your address?" and then said my whole address out, the number of it, the street, where it was, in the area, everything. And I was like, she only knows that. None of her mates know that, so I know she's leaked my address. She only knew that. No one else knew that from that area.
Okay. Yeah, brother. I'm sorry you're going through this, especially after you tried to make a clean break. How long were y'all together?
A year and 6 months, it was 97.
Gotcha. Yeah, you might have to get the authorities involved, man.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I
the
mean,
only.
I've had that. Their parents, me dad and his partner, have already said that if it does get any worse, that they're gonna call the police, and if anything else does come through, I'm gonna screenshot it for evidence. And
Right.
yeah, I just don't understand why she's stalking us. She's with someone new, but she's got everyone trying to get on the account constantly, and I just don't understand. I just want to move on with my life, but I've
Right.
got
Right.
someone constantly on her side checking up on us.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can tell you, bro, is get the authorities involved. That's really all you can do in this situation. Okay?
Yeah, it makes sense. It's not.
Yeah.
I didn't expect any other answer.
Yeah, but keep me posted, just so I know you're all right. All right?
Yeah, I mean, just keep an eye on my account. I'm gonna start posting a little bit more about it, but
Okay.
it's gonna be like slow because I don't like to post often, and I'm not a social media person.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, keep me posted, man. I'm here for you, bro. All right?
Yeah.
All right, brother. You take
So-
care. Miles, let's get him blocked immediately. Last thing I need is for his ex to find me through his page and see me advising him, and now my address is leaked. So let's go ahead and get him blocked ASAP. All right, let's bring somebody else up. Obviously, we're joking. In all seriousness, I hope you're all right, bro. That's rough. Rough situation. People are crazy, man. Crazy. Mr. O'Neill, you want to come up and talk about your situation? Give us a little update. Stay safe, don't date. That's the advice. Mr. O'Neill, what's up, brother?
Man, so you see, I did pace myself.
I'm proud of you.
I don't know. Everything that she was saying to me after that night, I just didn't feel safe.
You didn't feel safe?
Yeah, because it's like there were things that I would notice, like when we would talk at night, we wouldn't talk as much compared to the daytime. She wouldn't even send voice notes. We wouldn't even have calls. And I'm like, when I notice those situations, I'm like, I don't know. I think, I started to feel like she has someone else. Because time reveals everything.
Right. Hence, we pace ourselves. Can you give the chat a backstory real quick, Mr. O'Neill? Tell us how you met this young lady, what the situation was like.
Yeah, so Facebook ad, we happen to know a couple mutual friends, and so I added her. We talked for about a week. We had a first date on Valentine's. But the other thing too is how she told me that she liked to be low key. When she told me that she wanted to be low key, at first I was okay with it, but then I started to think, but then she's super low key because I didn't see her since because I pasted like you told me.
Mm-hmm.
But then even last night I was out and I happened to let her know, and then she told me, oh, she was out as well too, and I was like, oh great, so we can meet halfway or whatever. Even in an island so small where you're only like 15 or 20 minutes away from each other, and she wouldn't even link up, and I'm like, no way. I'm like, she has to have someone else. Like that just doesn't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll say this though. At least I came out on top on this one, so it's not like as if I really had to think too hard about it. And at least it was only like 2 weeks of talking and not like 2 months. So it's like, and then and she still texts me like once in a while, which I'm just like I'm done with it. But I mean like I don't know. It's because I already blocked her once this week, and I'm close to be blocking her again, just so she gets the point. Um, because it's just like I don't like people wasting words on me. I like women of action. I don't like women of words. Because if I want a woman of words, I could just do a long distance.
Got you. Wait, so
Oh,
you're upset because she possibly is seeing somebody else?
I have that vibe. I have that vibe.
But y'all aren't in a relationship or anything though.
No, but I mean, like, I just have that feeling and that ick that 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 she's with someone else.
You mean like she has a relationship or she's just dating somebody else as well?
Yeah, like she's in a relationship. Because when she told me that she wanted to be low key, I didn't mind that. But then if I'm not even going to see you, that's super low key. And especially when she was free most of this week as well too, because she was switching jobs next week or whatever, right? And I'm just like I can't do that. I mean like she was 25. I just turned 36 last week, and it's like at 25, like you kind of got a sense of what you want, but at the same time, but it's like low key, like to me, low key is okay. We're having fun. Maybe it's just us and whatever. It's not like we're dating publicly or whatever, right? Super low key though is like it's like not even seeing each other, and it's like I can't do that.
Okay, so how long have y'all been talking?
This week would have been 2 weeks.
2 weeks. How many times have you seen her?
So it was only last Saturday.
So only once.
Yeah, and I only asked to see her last night because I happened to when we were talking late last night, she happened to tell me that she was out and I was out as well too.
Okay. So the only other time you attempted to see her was last night,
Yeah,
and she wasn't able to see you?
she didn't put effort.
What do you mean she didn't put effort?
So like I mentioned to her, I'm like, oh, how about we meet up halfway somewhere, like at halfway around island, because I was one end of the island, she was the other end, and she just was like, I don't know. She just said something like she just wants her bed right now or whatever, and I'm just like, but you wouldn't even want to even like see each other for like even 15 or 30 minutes or something, like just to see each other for like light. Like I wasn't even talking for like hours or anything like that. But it's just like I don't know. I mean, like when I see stuff like that, though, like that's a bit red flag as well too, because it's like we're both out. It's like if we were both out during the daytime, and then she happened to say, "Oh, hey, I want to come see you," but she's not even considerate in that regards.
Okay.
You know?
You're jumping to conclusions though. You understand that, right? It's possible. I'm not saying what you're concluding isn't accurate. I'm just saying that you're
Yeah,
speaking like you have certainty over a situation that has multiple variables, right? So for one, you're trying to meet up with her in an impromptu setting, right? So it's like this wasn't a planned date. This was like, oh, you're out, I'm out. How about we meet up somewhere? I wouldn't cut somebody off because they told me not tonight. I'd rather go to sleep.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you this bright side though. Eva will be happy too. I've kind of have built a little roster. I've got about three or four options right now. So
Okay.
if she doesn't pan out, someone else might.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Are you
Okay.
here?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But the problem with the whole roster thing though is you tend to not work on things with somebody that it could be workable with, right? Like you're ready to cut this woman off over a situation that you're overreacting essentially.
Yeah, but if she's not even texting me though, I mean, like she last texted me about like 4 o'clock today. Like she had a wedding to go to today, but she hasn't texted me at all since.
She last texted you at 4 p.m. today.
Yeah.
You see the problem here? Why is that a problem, Mr. O'Neill?
It's a problem because she's the one who texts more. So like she'll text me like every other hour basically, and so when I don't hear, I'm like, I don't know. And this isn't the first day that she's done that too.
And when she texts you every other hour, you text her?
Yeah, like and we'll text for like maybe like 15, 30 minutes a time. Not nothing too long.
But remember how I told you you're talking to people all day long?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's just like I don't know what it is with the Island Girls. The Island Girls is like the Island Girls. Some will actually text you a lot, and then some won't. And I just myself like you told me, like I try to pace it, but at the same time, it's like if they text me a lot, I have to text them. Otherwise they'll feel like they're ignored as well too.
Not necessarily.
Oh
So,
man, if you only knew how Island women carry on, especially the ones here.
yeah, not necessarily. The thing is, you're you have a calibration issue, right? So you have a hard time doing the right thing at the right time and discerning reading the room, reading what's going on. Okay? So you took her not meeting up with you to mean that she was guaranteed to be seeing somebody else. Again, possible, but even if she is, so what? Y'all are 2 weeks in. And you just said you have a roster. So what's the problem here? Right? So
I don't know.
you're
I
getting
think it's
mad
just
at her
like
for doing the same thing that you're doing?
I don't know. I think it's just like, but this one is just so different though because we moved way faster than most that I've been talking to, and so like that's why I kind of wish that we didn't last Saturday because I kind of had a feeling that well if we do too much then something's gonna go off. Something's gonna go off real quick because I've had that happen a couple times as well too in the past as well. I've had it happen to where if too much happened too soon, like they stop talking to me. But then if too much happened too soon, in most cases, I'm seeing them like maybe sometimes maybe like I see them once the next week, maybe twice depending on how much they're into me, or I might not see them for another 10 days, and it's like. And especially in a country so small as mine, where we don't have no 3 hour long distance or 6 hour long distance, and it's like there can't be an excuse to where you can't see each other for even 30 minutes or an hour.
Because it's possible she was on the other date. It's also possible that she actually did want to go home, right? Like, you're being very anxious about this situation and you're
And that's
overthinking
my
it.
problem. And that's my problem too. And that's why like I've been trying to work on it, but it's just like I don't know. It's just something about me like if I notice that someone doesn't want to spend time with me, I'm like okay and like and I try to be patient, but at the same time, it's like and here, and I'll tell you the honest truth about how here works, right? A lot of people here have multiples, whether it's like a man or a woman. Like some women might even have like 3 or 4 lovers around the same time, and it's just like and the next thing you know, like someone could even tell me, oh, you never believe who I see so and so with, and um and that's why like dating locally is like it's so hard because it's like because you try to trust it, but then next thing you know, like as the time goes, like You know, you notice a lot, and then you hear a lot as well too.
I hear you, but you're very anxious about the situation. And that anxiousness, remember, pushes people away actively. So if you know you are dating within a culture where people are entertaining multiple options, you shouldn't be you should assume that's the case. You should assume
Yeah.
that a woman that you meet there is dating other people. You're doing the opposite. You're assuming she's not, and then if she gives you any indication she is, you want to cut her off. So that just leads you to potentially cutting off everyone, right?
Which mostly happens as well too in the past.
Right, because your expectations don't match reality.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to have your expectations match reality. So if you know in that area people are going to be dating multiple people, you have to go in assuming that that's already the situation, right? So that don't mean that you don't date anyone. That just means that like you don't get upset if that happens to be the case, right? And you also stop expecting someone to be sold on you after one date to the point that they're willing to change their plans to accommodate you. People start liking you more and more over time, right? So you went on one date with this woman, you're expecting her to like just drop everything and come meet you, and if she doesn't, okay, the hell with it, then I'm cutting her off. That's again, your expectation does not match reality. Okay? So sit with that, dissect it, chew on it, and we have another update. Come back, brother, all right?
Yep, definitely.
All right, Mr.
Oh,
Lee.
and
Go ahead.
I meant to add as well. What do you think? Because I get this a lot, and sometimes I'm starting to think that some of these women are lying. What do you think about like when some women happen to go to me and say, "Oh, I've never been with a white man before"? Because I'm starting to think that they're lying about that.
Possibly. Or they're not, but you know, who cares if they are? Just entertain it.
We go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Use it to your advantage. All right? All right, brother. Take care, man. We're going to get Mr. O'Neal right, y'all. Don't worry. We're going to get him right. I feel like 2 or 3 more conversations, he's going to be golden. Cece, what's happening?
This one goes out to Mr. O'Neal.
All right.
You know what I mean? He crying for her.
Right.
Already, Coach.
Yep.
Yes, you are in our prayers, in our hearts, Mr. O'Neal. All right, you guys, you know what time it is. It is time to power tap. We are only at 26K. That's crazy. Yeah, because y'all know this is the song now. Hold on. Y'all know Jodeci put you in a whole mood. So let's power tap right now. Don't forget to repost the live to your story so that people can find it as they're scrolling, or you can share it out to people that follow you. That's that gray arrow down there at the bottom. If it's your first time coming in today, don't forget to grab your daily heartbeat. That's that orange heart right up at the top. Right up at the top right there. So you're going to grab that next to the Signal Dating username. All right, so let's power tap right now. Let's get can we get 15 shares, 15 reposts? Let's get this number up down there at the bottom. That gray arrow. And don't forget, this live is about 2 hours long, so we're almost done with our first hour. So that means we have one more. So if you are in the comments and you're contemplating, just jump up in the panel, get your question over with. It's a little bit faster. You can also still join Mark After Dark, but it gets spammed with a whole bunch of comments and questions at that point. Sometimes it gets skipped over. Right. And y'all be in the comments talking about, you didn't answer my question. Well, you waited 2 hours. Mm-hmm. Don't be so shy. When you come up, don't pay attention to the comments. We don't know what we're talking about, okay? We don't know. So let's see, we're at 33. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get to 60K. That is the goal within the first hour. We want 60K. So I'm going to ask you guys to continue to power tap. Don't forget to request if you have a question or even an update. And Coach is not all about breaking up people.
Right.
He is not.
Right.
I'm a testimony to that. I think I'm the only one still going strong, huh, Coach?
Right. I mean, I told y'all to break up too, but you know,
You
you're still going strong. Good.
But also, you didn't have you only have so much information in the live. So I did take a piece of what you said, and then even when I talked about it, my friend agreed. She was like, "Yeah, if you don't see changes, if you don't, see the movement," and it was really me more so becoming more vocal than before. And then you still take on a lot of my anxiousness, so I don't have to give it to him.
Right.
So, yeah.
Eva, can we get the chat back? Can we bring the chat back, please?
37, that's what I'm talking about, everybody. So don't forget, if you have a private account, only Coach can let you up. So you might have to wait a little bit longer, but if you want to go up on a backup account or you want to just make your account public for a minute, the mods can let you up a lot faster. We can get you in the queue, in the lineup. Make sure you have good Wi-Fi wherever you're at. And yeah, let's go, chat. Let's go. Keep tapping, keep tapping. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you, CC. All right. Who we got next? Niru?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Neru,
Hi.
I'm from UK.
How you doing?
Don't ask me what I'm doing at this time of the day.
Okay.
It's 3 a.m. here.
All right. What's up?
Yeah, so dating and relationship, I'm just going back to what that guy said. I think he was more dating, so that means people can get to know multiple people at the same
Right.
time.
Right.
And relationship is when you come out of dating and you find someone, right?
Correct.
And that's when you get committed.
Right.
So I think in dating stages, I feel like even men and women we are allowed to date other people, like not multiple people,
Yep.
to find the right one, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's like speed dating. You go on on speed dating, you sit in 5 minutes, have a chat to people, you find the right person, go on a few more dates, see their character. If you don't like them, then you just cut them off. And then I think, like you said, some men, some women want results on the same day.
Where are we?
You understand
Where
what
are
I'm
we?
saying?
Where are we going with this, love?
Like dating, when I'm saying dating wise, from my point of view, they judge me because if I'm dating someone, I'm not going to just date that one person, right? I'm going to be dating 3 or 4 people to get to know who it is, who
Okay.
they are,
Okay.
right? I get judged because, oh, you're a woman, you should only be dating one person at the same time.
Okay.
And then when it comes to relationship, I'm not like that. So that's where I'm a bit confused. I don't know if men know the difference between dating and relationship.
I think most people do. Like everything you just said, everyone in the chat was like, "Yep, we understand that." So you have a question about the situation?
No, I think I fully understood. I just came halfway, but I fully understood. But when the person before was talking, I was like, okay, I've met quite a few people like that, and I was just starting to doubt myself. Is it wrong to date multiple people? But you've answered that. So, and I think reading the comments, yeah, I didn't look at the comments all this time. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. It's perfectly fine to date multiple people if that's what you want.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. I'll just get someone else up. I just wanted to clarify that dating and relationships 2 different things.
Yep. Bingo.
Yeah.
All right, Nero. You have a good
Thank
one.
you for your time.
Whoa. Multiple people signed up? Multiple people signed up for that. Okay. It's bad out here, man. It's bad out here. All right. Guys, if you have a question about dating or relationships, they're 2 different things. You have a question about dating or relationships, you have a problem about dating or relationships, remember, 2 different things. You can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person, and I'll bring you up, all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm gonna try to speak my best English. It's not my first language.
Okay.
I'm sorry about it. So my question is, we all know that when women, it's done with a guy, it's done way before acting. So, for example, the day that she move out his place, I mean, we give a lot of chances. I don't know if you understand me.
I think so. Keep going.
Okay, is she considered a bad person if once she moved out his place, but it's done for quite a long time in her head. She gave many chances and it goes nowhere. And once she moved out, is that considered that she's a bad person if she start dating already? For example, the next week she moved out. What do
So,
you
like
think?
a week after you moved out, you start dating.
No. I mean, can you repeat the question?
So you're saying that a week after you moved out,
Yeah,
you're
but
starting
it
to
was
date.
done. It was done way months, almost 8 months before. We
But
were just trying and trying.
you broke up 8 months before.
Yes. But it was just how can I say
No,
it? Giving chances.
if you're broken up, everything is fair game.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay. So is that considered that she's a SLUT if she start dating someone now? Well, not dating, but go on date the next week. She's not physically with him.
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. Oh, okay. Perfect. I think you understood what I said and you answered me. Thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
No problem, love. You take care.
You too, bye.
All right. Sarah, what's going on? Where my guys at, man? We got some guys in the we got some guys in the queue with questions. Sarah, what's going on, love? You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to figure that out.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm a girl. Next
all
time, I'll
good.
try to be a boy.
There you go. There you go. Go ahead
I'll
and
be
get the
undercover.
change, get the surgery, then come back. What's going on, Sarah?
So, I had a really bad relationship months ago, and my ex, he cheated on me. I went through like really bad experience on a personal level too. I don't want to share that on live, but
Okay.
we broke up, and months later, I met a really nice guy, and we're currently dating. He's my boyfriend,
Nice.
and I really love him.
Hmm.
But I find myself sometimes, like when he does certain things, I can't help but get triggered at certain behaviors that he does. And I know he doesn't mean it, but for some reason it just reminds me of my past trauma. And I think I'm just being extra sensitive
Okay.
to certain things. And I'm trying not to let my past experience affect my current situation because I really like my boyfriend and I want us to continue and I see us going somewhere, but I feel like it's kind of affecting our relationship, and it's just me. I feel like I'm very sensitive. I don't know why, like to certain things if he says or he does, and I know he doesn't mean it because he's not the same person. He hasn't done anything wrong to me. Like if I call him and I say, "Hey baby, I'm feeling heavy. Can you just come stay over tonight? I don't want to be alone." He'll be at my door. He's that kind of person. And I feel like I don't want to ruin this. I just don't know how to control my sensitivity to certain stupid things. Like for example, if he says he's coming and then he has a change of plans, he didn't get a chance to tell me and he comes a little bit late or he texts me later, I get triggered because my ex used to disappear on me. And so it's like silly things like that he is communicating, but for me, well, my ex did this, but I don't tell him, but it's in my head, and I don't know how to stop kind of bringing that back to my current situation.
Okay.
I
How
don't
long?
know if I'm making myself clear.
No, it makes
I
sense.
don't know.
How long have y'all been together?
We have been together now 3 months. We met through a mutual friend,
Okay.
and we've been dating for 3 months now. I live in South Korea. I'm an American, but I live in Seoul. I live in South Korea. And actually, we met at a sensitive time because he's not from here. He's not Korean and he's not American. So I was planning to move. I was planning to come back home. And we met, and that kind of also delayed my move. So I kind of postponed my move back home just so we can spend more time together, because I didn't want to do also long distance right away. I wanted to, get to know him more and enjoy my time with him. I felt like I'm gonna miss on a really good guy if I leave at this time.
Right.
But also, like, all of this that I'm going through, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna fuck it up while I'm still here, so I don't know what I should do.
How long ago did you break up with your ex, the one that you had the bad time with?
Before I met him, it was like 5 or 6 months.
Okay. And how long were you with your ex?
Not too long, maybe like 6 months, I'll say.
Okay.
But prior to my ex, I was celibate for about 4 years, so I haven't dated anyone. And I feel like when I started dating my ex, I felt like new to the game because I hadn't dated for such a long time since I moved from back home. And, the dating scene here in Korea is a little bit different. So I stopped dating, and then I met my ex, and it was a terrible experience. So I feel like it kind of gave me a really bad example. So I'm kind of just traumatized. I'm trying to do good and keep a good person, but at the same time, my trauma keeps like getting triggered by small things.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay. And how long was your longest relationship?
I think my longest relationship was in my early 20s. Maybe it was like 3 years, around that time, 3.5 years.
Okay.
But it was mostly long distance. And then after that, I was doing my master's. I had a car accident. I was in the hospital for so long. I was getting treated. So I stopped dating for a really long time. And then when I was in my late 20s, I was dating someone. We used to work together. And Corona happened, and he was from Peru. And so he got stuck in Peru during Corona for a really long time. So we decided that it's just not going to work. And then we broke up, and then that's when I moved to Korea.
Okay.
So I moved here in 2021.
Okay. And you said you keep mentioning like your trauma. So the trauma that you're mentioning is like your ex disappearing on you?
It's more than that. It's a little bit more personal stuff. I don't feel comfortable.
That's fine. But like, have you worked on that at all in any capacity?
Yes, I've been trying to do therapy. I did a few sessions. I'm trying to focus on myself and do things that I feel was helping me, like going to the gym is helping me a lot. I've been consistent. Now it's really cold in Korea. It's like it was minus 14 at some point, so I stopped going for a bit. But I'm like focusing more on like my health, my work, my career, family, and now my current relationship. I have to say I have improved from months ago, but I can't help but sometimes get triggered.
And is the biggest problem that you're currently dealing with your boyfriend is that sometimes he may not alert you that he has to change plans? Is that the biggest issue that you're facing?
I think this was like one of the main things that kind of brought me back to the times where my ex used to disappear, and then I later found out that he was cheating on me during those times.
Right.
That he was disappearing. So
Have you
in
shared
times,
Have you shared this with your current boyfriend?
I have told him, and he has improved.
Okay.
So now he's trying to communicate more. He told me he's not used to over communicating because that's his style. He likes to call, like he doesn't like to keep texting and stuff like that. So I'm getting a little bit better, but I do get a little bit emotional sometimes. Like if he says something, I try to not interpret it in a bad way, but then I'm like, oh, does he mean this? What does he mean? He said that. And I think maybe it's just all in my head at this point now that I'm talking about it out loud. So it could be just all in my head, but I really want to keep this current relationship. So I think if you have one advice to give me, what would it be to keep this relationship healthy? Maybe I'm not used to a healthy guy. I see a lot of people say, oh, you're used to a toxic guy. So maybe that's what I'm used to. And now that I have a really healthy person, I'm trying to like kind of take it all in and see, okay, this is what a healthy relationship is. I don't know.
Oh, you sound like you're possibly anxiously attached, right? Like you haven't really shared anything about your trauma, so we can't touch that. You have to work with that with a professional, obviously. But in terms of your connection with him, you sound like you're just anxious. You read into everything, and everything that your boyfriend does, you look at it as a symbolic representation of how he feels about you, probably how he feels about the connection, because you're probably afraid of abandonment.
That's exactly how I feel.
Right. So you have to just work on that. Like educate yourself on what it means to be anxious. Learn how to regulate your nervous system. Okay. So one like Band-Aid solution is to never engage or take an action when like you feel that anxiety. Wait until you regulate your nervous system first, because if you feel that way, whatever you do from that place is always going to be the wrong thing. Okay.
Yeah, because I realized like last time we had like something, I was really anxious, and then I started an argument, but then later I was like, oh, it was not even worth it. Why did I do that? So I think your advice is really good. I'm gonna take it all in. Thank you so much.
No problem, love. Best of luck to you, all right?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Again, people, if you have a question about dating and relationships or a problem, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. We will bring you up. In the meantime, you can drop your question in the chat. Does he choose you? Does he deal with the issue? Does he act like he doesn't care? You talking to the girl that just left? Yeah, because I can't answer that question. Like the shirt you're wearing. Appreciate you, Starry J. Why always the sweetest sounding girls choose the most toxic people? Don't let the sweet voice fool you, brother. Sweet voice don't mean shit at all. What's up, Built by Omen? Is ChatGPT good for dating advice? Not really. Not really. A lot of people use it poorly. Gotta go immediately. I want them demons over here. No, okay, with ChatGPT, it makes smart people more intelligent, and it makes dumb people dumber. That's the best way I've heard it. AI in general, right? Like, you can't just assume because ChatGPT tells you something that it's accurate. It's just like Google with fewer steps. Yeah, it's Google on steroids. If you don't know how to use AI, if you go into AI with like, oh, if I ask it a question, the answer it gives me is accurate. If that's your perspective, you're about to have a psychotic break. Hello.
Hey, do you do private consultations?
I only work with men, love.
Okay. Just curious. Keep doing your good work. I appreciate it. I love watching you.
Appreciate you. You have a good
All
one.
right. Bye.
Tips on finding your person. What have you done to try to find your person? You have to ask better questions will be the first tip I give you. And then we can actually help you solve your problem. If you watched him, you'd know that. Right. Can I ask a man question? Of course, Zion. Always. Hello. Okay. Let's end that. Let's see if Pretty Voice, is she up here? Whoops, my bad, Cece. Ignore that. Okay, she must have dropped. That's a fair point. Be specific, you will find what you look for. Right. While only men, I'm a man, so I'll be more valuable to men. Women should probably go to women. It's my perspective. Last time I said that, someone tried to argue with me. They tried to force me to work with women. Y'all remember that chick who popped up here? I was trying to argue with me. You should work with women. I'm like, beloved, you're just making me not want to do it even more. Go to Shira 7. I don't know. No comment. I'm not familiar with her game, so I can't really give a fair assessment. Women need a male perspective so badly. But you kind of are. I get why you say that. You don't have perspective of how deep the conversations go with the guys. The shit I do on these lives is freebies. When you work with me in a coaching capacity, we go really deep. These little 5-10 minute conversations I have with y'all is nothing compared to like the actual coaching. It's a different thing entirely. If it's like a private call, we're gonna be cooling. Men teach men how to fish. Women teach women how to attract the bees. Okay. Did you study relationships? You could say that. How did you get so good? I'm really good at pattern recognition, and my brain is wired for insight. So what I do with relationships, I can do with anything. If I'm interested in it, I can understand it to the same degree. I'm also a strategist, so I know how to tell you where to focus your energy and efforts to maximize the outcome that you're looking for. A lot of people don't, that's not true. What's not true? State your case quickly or you're going to get blocked in 30 seconds for just annoying me with that comment. I want to be a strategist. I want to read some strategy books. But, you typically can be a strategist with like you think big picture. Okay, yep. Leave an emoji, blocked immediately. Mm, what does it mean if the girl I'm seeing talks bad about me to her ex? What does it mean if the girl I'm seeing talks bad about me to her ex? Why is she talking to her ex in the first place? Don't get rage baited on live. You're right, Zion. I'm normally good about like ignoring shit like that, but sometimes I don't mind to tussle with you a little bit. It's funny when like you ignore people and then they think like you ignore a lot of people and then they think that like, oh, he's not gonna like notice this, and then I'll just hyper fixate on like one person randomly and like, oh shit, he he does notice. Like hell yeah. Defend what you just said. Why would a man who was a school counselor not want to go to therapy? Why are you trying to get him to go to therapy? Let's start there. What really makes a man want to leave his relationship? That's too open-ended. It could be, did you cheat? Cheating would do it, right? Not sleeping with him would do it. Lying to him would do it. You see how there's a lot of things that will make a man want to leave? All right, we got another caller. Let me see. What's going on, bro? DJ.
Oh, my bad, bro. I'm getting out of my car.
Okay, you didn't mean to come up?
I'm getting out of my car. I got a pizza, man. But I enjoy your show, bro. You know, you calm. You know, as the first time I seen you do the little block game, I didn't know you was, you know. But
you got to do it sometime, man. You know.
But compared to what I'm seeing, especially versus the women doing this, I like your style.
I appreciate you.
I will say that since I'm up here. You know, sometimes I'll be trolling in the comments, but for the most part, you know, I come in peace. But, yeah. But you're doing a great thing, brother. I appreciate you. And then, like I said, you know, since that other brother passed away, I ain't gonna even say his name.
Okay.
You more of a subtle, more reasonable, I guess, option for men. So I do appreciate that.
I appreciate the words, brother. Enjoy that pizza, man.
All right.
All right, take care, bro.
All right.
We got some good people in here, man. All right, Jen. Let's see what Jen talking about. See if she'll connect. Hope so. It's looking like she might not be able to. Hello? Jen, are you there? All right, Jen, come back when your connection improves, love. Okay, user not found.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Good. Sorry if like there's like too much background noise. Let me know if it's like too much.
I got you.
How do you like? Okay, so I'm having issues where like I like to leave whenever there's like conflict. And like I need to stop doing that because it like comes in it comes from like abandonment issues, which I'm like facing like head on in therapy.
Okay.
But like I did speak to this with like the person I'm dealing with now.
Okay.
But like how do you like what do you recommend like to like kind of like regulate, or I don't know how to explain it. Basically like stop wanting to leave whenever there's conflict. Keep in mind this conflict is very like minuscule, like it's not something like crazy. It's just like, for example, like miscommunication, or yeah, it's really rooted to like miscommunication.
Okay. How long have you been with this person?
Like 3 months.
Since
December. Is that?
It's fresh. It's fresh.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you have a history of leaving, like ending relationships?
Yeah, I've never gotten broken up with. Like I'm always like the one to get up and leave. Like I'm just a very Like I don't tolerate anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really bad actually.
Okay. Okay. Like, what's your longest relationship? How long was your longest relationship?
Well, actually, I did also speak to him about this. When I was always in a like long-term relationship since like high school, like, and then my child's father, I was with him for like, well, I would consider that like my longest relationship, like 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was on and off after the third year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have a minor conflict and then you just storm out and leave the situation?
Yeah, or if I see myself wanting to be like I'm done with it or like I'm done with you, I instead of like I just stonewall too. Like I stonewall sometimes. Like I like go no contact or I ghost them.
Okay. So what's your attachment style, do you know?
It's like I don't even know. I feel like it's in the mix because I can definitely get very like anxious.
Okay. So fearful avoidant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And you said that you're in therapy for it?
Yeah, I am. I've been in therapy for like a very long time though, like on and off since like I was a teenager. So.
Gotcha. So have you talked to your therapist about the specific issue?
Yes. So basically, my therapist like did teach me how to like regulate my nervous like system whenever like I feel like I'm gonna like blow up or.
Right.
Yeah. So what I do is I meditate or I pray, and then I just sleep sometimes too.
Right.
Or like I get ice, and then like that helps me a lot too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps you, but you still have the urge to leave?
Or just like go no contact, yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
How long does it take for that urge to go away?
To like want to leave?
Mm-hmm.
Like a day.
Okay.
But like, I feel bad because he's been dealing with it, and he doesn't like. He's just very patient with me, and I guess like I'm not used to that, or I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. So have you historically dealt with more like toxic guys?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Like they like actually given me like a legit reason to leave. He hasn't.
Okay.
Actually, a lot of people haven't, but like in the talking phases. But yeah, like actual serious relationships, I've dealt with like a lot of like toxicity. But I learned how to be by myself after giving birth for like 3 years. I was by myself. I was actually doing better by myself, which is, I realized once I was by myself and I got my stuff together and I was better without a man.
Okay.
I got too comfortable. And then, so that's where like my tolerance for like no BS like came about too.
So this is a new iteration. This is a new change. So like in your previous relationships, you weren't trying to leave over like very small things.
No.
But now
there were actually like actual like legitimate reasons.
Okay, but now you're trying to leave over small things.
Yeah, like miscommunication.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're sabotaging in this situation.
Yeah, self-sabotaging.
Yeah, you're sabotaging this situation because you're dealing with someone who's actually healthy. You may not feel like you deserve it, so you're trying to get rid of them unconsciously.
But he like calms me down. He's just like I'm not trying to like ruin anything. Like, and then he kind of like reassures me. No, he doesn't reassure me. Not kind of. He does reassure me.
Yeah, but that's a Band-Aid solution, right? Because when you sabotage, it's because on some level you feel like it could mean on some level you feel like you don't deserve the connection.
So that's more so like an internal conflict.
Right. So like if you feel like your self-esteem operates like a thermostat, right? So if I put the thermostat on 70, it's going to make sure that the temperature in the house stays on 70, right? Your self-esteem works the same way. So if you feel like the person you're dealing with is not a match for how you view yourself, they can't stay. You will 100% find a reason to get them going. So you have to get your self-esteem up to a place where it's a match for a healthy connection, right? So you got to do some self-work. That's some things you can talk to your therapist about, so that you can actually maintain this connection, because he can do all the reassuring he wants. Eventually he'll tire of that. And in addition to that, like, this is 3 months in. Y'all are technically still supposed to be in the honeymoon phase. He shouldn't have to do all this reassuring right now.
At all, yeah.
Right? So this is a very, very new relationship. So, yeah, you're gonna have to do some self-work, love, and like really focus on like these particular parts of the connection with yourself, because if not, you're gonna be destined to only be able to sustain connections with men who are of lower quality.
Okay. And then my second question is, there is certain things that, like, in the physical world, like physical aspect that like he doesn't have, or like financial aspect that he doesn't have that I do. We're relatively young, but I mean, I'm 28 and he's 27 and I'm 27 too. Well, he's gonna turn 27 in like next week. What do you recommend for that? Like, I don't know, I'm just like not the type, I'm usually the type to be with someone that's like a little bit older and like more stable, like has their own like apartment or like house and like car.
Right.
So like, what do you like? I think that's like part of it where it comes from too, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're fearful avoidant, part of you engage in avoidant, like deactivating strategies, right? And deactivating strategies are unconscious ways for you to justify leaving. Okay? So one way people with a degree of avoidant attachment will deactivate is they do something called fault finding. So they start just looking for problems. Like, you knew his life situation before you entered a relationship with him, right? If this was really that big a deal for you, you probably would not have entered a relationship. But you did enter a relationship, so obviously it wasn't that big a deal for you. It's becoming a bigger deal now because you're looking for a reason to leave.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Best of luck, love. All right?
All right, thank you so much.
Absolutely. You take care.
You too, bye.
Mm-hmm. Effie, what's going on?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. What can I do for you?
Great. So, I'm engaged right now, but I'm kind of sitting on the fence on whether or not to go ahead with the wedding. Because I feel like throughout this whole preparation period, I've been the one taking initiative, like always asking. I'm from West Africa, to be precise, and we would usually have like a traditional marriage before we have like a civil marriage kind of thing. So for the traditional marriage, there's some stuff that his family is supposed to give to my family, like a bride price kind of thing.
Okay.
And throughout this whole process, I have been the one taking initiative, like, you know, sort of giving him prompters and reminders, like, we need to buy the stuff because we already set a date. And I feel like because I'm the one giving, like, taking all the initiative, like, if I don't say anything, the wedding plans, or I'm just confused, you know, or he feels like I'm forcing him too much. And most of the time I ask him, do you think I'm pushing you? Do you think I'm forcing you? If you want us to slow down, we can do that, because it looks like I'm the only one taking initiative. If I don't talk about plans, he never says a word. And I'm sitting on the fence right now. I don't know what to do, honestly.
Okay. How long have I been dating?
Over a year. A
Okay.
year and 2 months. Yeah.
When did you start to notice this lack of initiative?
It started. I mean, in the beginning, I didn't notice as much as this year because we started planning somewhere in October, and so I think it was January. Between December and January, I started noticing these things.
Okay. But you've been with him for a year. So he's throughout the year before y'all actually started planning the wedding, he was taking initiative in other ways.
I didn't get that question.
So before y'all started planning the wedding, he was taking initiative in other ways. Was he taking initiative in other ways?
No, he wasn't. Like throughout this whole process, he's not been
What process
he's
are you
not
talking
taking
about?
initiative. There's not one time, I beg your pardon.
When you say, I'm not talking about the wedding planning. I'm talking about the rest of the relationship.
He has more of a phlegmatic temperament.
Okay.
And so he's more of like a laid back person. If you don't push him, he doesn't like he needs to be pushed or motivated to kind of do something.
Okay.
You know, he takes a long time to make decisions, that kind of a thing. And I'm a very woman.
Okay.
I expect my man to take initiative, to lead, you know, and so already I'm a firstborn child and I already know what it feels like, you know, handling responsibilities and stuff, taking
Okay. Hold
full
on.
charge.
Hold
I
on
don't
one
want to
second.
be that.
Hold on one second. So why were you with him for a year and why did you agree to marry him?
Just based on his personality and based on, I mean, comparing my relationship with him to my past relationship, he is 10 times better than my ex. And so I can say that everyone is perfect. We all have our weaknesses and our faults and things that we can work on or we can overlook in our partners and still settle down with them. So it's not to say that these are things that these were they were not so evident in the beginning of the relationship until this whole marriage thing came up. And I've really been sitting on the fence because the last thing I want to do is to feel like I'm forcing someone to marry me. That's something I don't want to do.
Okay.
I'm not desperate to get married, you know.
Okay.
So I don't want it to look like I'm forcing him to get married to me.
Okay. And you said he's 10 times better than your ex. Tell me about your previous relationship. Why did that end?
He never apologizes for something he's done wrong. He was very secretive. There was a time where he told
Effie, I can't hear you anymore if you're talking. Ah, we lost her. All right, well, Effie, try to come back. Five Below Wi-Fi. Hilarious. I was looking forward to unpacking that one. Hopefully Effie comes back. Spidey senses were tingling on that one, though. Spidey senses were tingling on that one. There we go. Effie's back.
Hi, I'm sorry about that. There was a little issue in my network. So I was saying that my past relationship ended because he never apologized for things that he does. We immediately move on. Like anytime there's an issue and we talk about it, we just move on. Like there's no apology or anything. And he kept that attitude consistently. I had the hope that he would change. But the day he told me that this is who he is and it's either I stick to who he is or I leave, that was my cue to leave. Because I had hope he was going to change. And the moment he told me he's not going to change, that was my cue to leave. And that's how I left.
Were you hoping that your current fiance was going to change?
So what I know is that if someone doesn't change whilst you're in a relationship, that's definitely where you're going to get in marriage. And that's what I fear now. I mean, like I said earlier, we all have our weaknesses, and for some of us, when we are told what our weaknesses are, we try to work on them to become nearly perfect. But if it's the case that your weaknesses are pointed out to you and you're not putting in any effort to work on it, then what's the point? I'm not going to be sitting down wasting my time and depriving another man the opportunity to be with me, or deprive myself the opportunity to be with someone else.
Okay. All right. So the thing is, though, there's nothing wrong with what you just said, but you have to be careful to not seek perfection, right?
Definitely.
Because you just said you were with this man for a year, and you also said that you don't want to be with someone who you feel like you have to force to marry you. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is you have a man who doesn't have a temperament of like initiating in that way, right? He never has, and it's never been an issue. But it's an issue now, right? So that's if it's never been an issue, that tells me that you were still attracted to him and you enjoy being with him while being in a relationship. He's been this way for the entire time, but it's an issue now. And part of the reason why it's an issue now is because the story you're telling yourself about why he's doing it, right? So before there was no story. Now there is, oh, he's not doing X, Y, and Z, therefore that means he doesn't want to marry me. Where did you get that from? That has nothing to do with it. This is just his temperament.
For instance, if we need to like buy stuff for the traditional marriage, I'm supposed to prompt him, and it kind of feels like he's uninterested in the whole preparation. If I need to prompt you before we do something, when you're very much aware that we have a date ahead of us, and until I say something, you don't say anything, it sort of drives down a message in my mind that you're either uninterested or you're having cold feet or something. I feel like there's something that he might not be communicating. So what happened last night, I told him that I was not going to bring the topic up until he brought it up, because he's also not speaking up to tell me why he's not saying anything. So we could go like a month, I don't say anything, he doesn't say anything about it. And I am somebody you want to settle down with this year, and you're not saying anything about wedding plans until I say something. I feel like no matter how much your temperament is, or no matter what your temperament is, this is somebody you...
Come on, Effie. I need you to get your internet together, love. Let's give her, before we take the next caller, let's give her 10 seconds to see if she comes back. Because we're getting close. We're getting close. Okay, Effie.
Yeah. So if you're telling me that you would regret not being with me, not marrying me, and we've set a day for a wedding, and you're not taking initiative, it means there's something wrong and you're refusing to communicate.
No, because I have to push back on that, because you already described him as someone who doesn't do this in any capacity. You are projecting a little bit here, right? Okay. You probably have cold feet, you probably have doubts, and you're projecting onto him that he has those things, right? He's just being who he's always been. You know, so you're taking how he's behaving in this situation, which by the way is how he's always behaved for the entire relationship, and then you are making the behavior mean something more significant than it actually means. Right? You're taking the lack of initiative personally. You're not saying, oh, this person doesn't take initiative, he's more laid back in general. You're saying, oh, in this situation, like someone who's laid back in general doesn't magically not be that way because now it's important to you. You know what I mean? So you're looking at his behavior in this situation as a symbolic representation of how he feels about you. And that's not true. Right? That doesn't mean, by the way, marry him. I'm not telling you to marry him. I'm just saying, like, at least ground your perspective first so that you're really perceiving truth, and then make a decision from perceiving truth. Okay? If your decision is being influenced by you thinking that the way he's showing up right now is a reflection of how he feels about you, that's not true. What is a reflection of how he feels about you is him asking you to marry him. That's a reflection of how he feels about you. He didn't have to do that, right? He didn't have to propose to you. Proposed to you because he wants to marry you, right? So you shouldn't question how he feels about you. Okay? Now, assume that he wants to marry you. Assume that he is madly in love with you and he wants to marry you. If that's true, do you still want to marry him?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do want to marry him, but like I get what you're saying, that I have doubts only because I feel like he's uninterested in this whole process, and probably, like you're saying, I'm probably projecting something on him because I'm not seeing his enthusiasm in this whole thing, you know, like his general self being laid back and all of that. So yes, I get you when you say I'm projecting that on him with this one-time event and everything. I'm probably expecting him to like take the lead or show so much interest in whatever it is that we're doing. But like you said, you've made me see things in a different angle, and I do appreciate it.
Absolutely. And again, that's why I was asking you the question. This is your decision, right? Like, if you are like, I cannot be with a man unless he takes initiative, that's fine, right? Dude, that's your prerogative. You can do that. Doesn't sound like that's a deal breaker to you because you dated a man for a year who was the opposite of that, right? So whatever benefits he adds to your life, whatever you love about him, seems to trump him not having that quality. And if we remove the story that you're telling yourself around how he's showing up here, it seems like removing that from the picture makes you actually want to lean into the connection.
Yeah, definitely. I just feel that I would want him to be in the lead a little more. Like I said, I know change doesn't happen over time. It will take time for that to happen. And so maybe I also don't want it to feel like I'm pushing him too much.
I wouldn't expect him to lead at all, right? This is how you view that. People can change. The way that you look at that is, are they putting an effort to change? If they're not putting any effort, if you don't see them attempting to integrate that quality, assume they will never do so.
Now that's my dilemma.
Yeah, that's why I said it's your decision. If that's an actual important quality and that's something that you need your husband to do, that's a real problem, right? That's a real problem. And you already seem to have a pattern of expecting people to change when there was no evidence to suggest that they were capable of doing so or even willing to do so. Right? In your past relationship, that was a situation. You were sticking around for your ex to change, and he had to like literally look you in your face and tell you, I'm not going to. And that's what made you leave. So you have to take people as they are. If he has expressed a desire and a willingness to take more initiative, that's workable, right? He can grow into that. But if he hasn't, you can't assume that he's going to just because you give him some pep talks. That's not how that works.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem, Effie.
I'm beginning to see things from a different angle now. Yeah.
All right, Level. Best of luck to you, all right?
Yeah.
All right, bye. That's the best call of the night. I knew we were gonna get one. We always get one that's like, all right, that's a juicy one. All right, Sabrina, what's going on?
Hey, sorry, I didn't know how to unmute.
I
Okay.
got you.
All right. It's my first time talking on a platform, so bear with
Nice.
me.
Welcome.
Okay, so my situation is I got divorced in 2018. It was tough, right? It was abusive, but that's the past. I've been single. I took some time, opened a business, went to school, lost some weight, did all that. Now I went back into dating. Dated a few guys, like little dates here and there. And then I found this one guy. It's been 2 months. My question is, do I have commitment issues? Because he's doing everything he's supposed to do, calling consistently, planning dates, doing all those things. Every time he says something that can move it forward, I think it's too soon because I feel like 2 months is too soon, but there's anxiety that happens in my body, and even like just him wanting to like hang out tomorrow, I feel like I'm losing my freedom because it's my day alone, you know what I mean? So I just don't know if I should even be dating or should I just talk to a therapist, figure that out before I don't know. I'm not even formulating my question properly. I just feel like, is it normal because of my background that it's hard for me to like date and move towards something serious, or something I'm gonna have to push through, or should I just go back in the lab and talk to my therapist and make sure I'm good before I jump back out there?
What in your past would create this problem for you now?
It was rough. Like I had a husband for 10 years, but it was the whole thing, financially, physically abusive. And I don't even tell anybody that I'm dating now about my past. Just like, we're good. Cause we're good now in co-parenting, but it was really bad cause I'm afraid that they might use it against me. But it was the worst, it was the worst thing that he can go through. But I moved on from that, but it was physically abusive, trying to take my kid away from me, like all the bad things, and, where I was like, we were both taking care of the house, and then he fell off a little bit, and I opened the business, and my success played a part in terms of hurting his ego, even though I wasn't trying to, and it was just all bad. So I had to let that go, but I feel like I'm carrying it. I thought I let it go, but it's not until you date somebody that you're tested, and I realized that. I'm in my head, I'm thinking that if I get into a relationship, it's the loss of my freedom. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. I feel like all those things, right? So
How long ago did your divorce
it was like
finalize?
6 years ago. I'm
Okay.
counting. I'm like, it was a while ago. So I'm like, girl, get over it. I have to move on. But I don't know why this nice guy is talking to me, doing everything right, and I just, I'm not telling him that I feel that way. I'm just saying, oh yeah, it would be nice to see you. But inside, I'm like, there's anxiety that's happening there.
Okay. You said that he was trying to progress things. In what way?
No, it's just in terms of consistently seeing me. It's not even that deep. Like just consistently seeing me, and I'm already that. I'm like, damn. I like to go to the gym. I like to do my own thing. I'm like, okay, I'm losing my freedom, my little routine. He's not even doing anything wrong. It's not him. I know it's me for sure. But I'm just trying to figure out what's the next best move for me. Should I continue dating, or should I take a break, or should I just?
I
I don't
mean,
know.
how frequently did you break in that 6 year gap?
I didn't hear that question.
How frequently did you date in that 6 year gap?
Not at all, man. I opened a janitorial business. I did everything by myself, and then school. I studied accounting. That's another 3 years. I'm not at all.
Yeah,
I wasn't out here at all.
taking a
Yeah.
break doesn't solve your problem. Taking a break just serves the function of decreasing your anxiety. So if you did take a break and then like for a year or two and then get back out there, you will find yourself in this exact same situation again.
I hear ya.
You can only heal attachment wounds in relationship.
Mm.
You can't heal them in solitude. So if you're saying, so you're basically speaking to somewhat of an avoidant leaning, and that could be something that you just adopted after the end of your marriage, right? So
Yeah.
you definitely have some degree of intimacy issue, like you're afraid of engulfment, afraid of losing your independence. But that's just fear talking, right? You're not losing your independence. This man is not trying to take away your independence, right? Like, yeah, to see someone, you have to make time for them. Sure, you have to build them to your schedule, but that does not mean that they become your whole world and your world revolves around them, right? What you have to do, like, it's one thing to understand that logically, you have to understand it like somatically. So you have to start leaning into that discomfort, right? When your body is, when you get anxious, you have to start regulating yourself and leaning a bit in to the connection. And set boundaries when you need to set boundaries, right? Like if there's something you have planned for that day and he wants to see you on that day, do the thing that you have planned. Let him know, like, okay, I have this plan today. We can do this, another time, right? Or like next week or Tuesday when I have a free slot, right? That way you're still preserving your independence, right? And remind yourself, see, I do have my independence. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to learn to like lean into that fear, lean into that that anxiety a bit, and you can microdose it. You don't have to like jump in the pool head first, right? Like you probably also have some fear around vulnerability. I don't know if you haven't gotten to that point yet in the 2-month connection, but you probably also will have some fear around letting people in.
Yeah,
And
I have that. Yeah, I
and
resonate with what you're saying. Yeah.
right? And again, like you have to just ease into it. You don't have to just rip your heart open and be like, look at my inner world, right? But you can start microdosing it a little bit, sharing a little bit and a little bit more. Because when you do those things, when you lean in a bit, you show your nervous system that like what it believes is not true. It's not really in danger,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that's how you heal. It's very scary, but like that's how it's done. Okay.
I hear you. And again, it is like I went on 3 dates, and it is the first guy that I meet that's like consistent. Should I keep dating, or should I? You know what I mean? Like I feel odd sometimes dating because he's all in his mind, but you know what the root of what I'm asking. The husband that I had, he was the first guy that was consistent, so I married him and I had a child with him. So I feel like I'm doing the same habit again. Like he's the first guy that's nice, but he's not the only nice guy in my city. You know what I mean? So I'm like, should I keep dating?
I mean, if what's the point? Are you trying to collect nice guys? Collect consistent guys?
No,
I'm being cheeky with that. What I'm saying is if you find someone who is good,
yeah.
what's the point of trying to find others if the
I hear
person
you.
you found is good, right?
Because I'm not that old of a woman, just because I'm 37 and I was married for 10 years, so I don't have that much experience, so I don't know what else is out there, right? So I feel like I haven't had the opportunity of
That's
knowing what
actually
I like, what I don't like.
That's actually a blessing, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Society would tell you that's not a blessing. A lot of these women who have a lot of experience have a hard time committing to anybody because a lot of guys there's always another guy who's better in some category. Oh, this guy had better tattoos. That one was taller. That one has more money. That one was better in the sack. That one treated me better, right? So it's like there's always someone who has better. That's why, like, from a religious perspective, they tell you not to do that because ignorance is bliss in that situation. You know what I mean? When you start tasting all these things and have these different experiences, it makes it harder for you to be happy with what you have.
I hear what you're saying. Okay. I thank you for this conversation. I was nervous to come on here, but I grabbed a lot of good information from this, so thank you.
Absolutely, love. Best luck to you, all right?
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
All right. Okay, we got room for a couple more callers. If y'all want to join the live, y'all can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. That's one of the worst pieces of advice they give like young women is go out there and just have all the experiences. I'm like, all right, okay, do that if you want. You're gonna pay the price for it. You will pay the price. You can damage your ability to pair bond. You confuse the fuck out of your biology. You go out here, you start fucking these people, your biology is like, wait, we're supposed to stay with the person we do this with. That's why I released all these neurochemicals, right? These oxytocin, all this kind of stuff. I released all this because when you do that, we're supposed to bond with this person, right? So then you keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Your body's like, okay, I guess we're not supposed to bond with the person we do this with. Okay, I'll stop then. And then you fuck up your whole system. You fuck up your whole system. It's like, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, man. So, you can't listen to our culture. Our culture is very wicked. It will lead you astray, I promise you. It will lead you astray. Then you go out here and you get your heart broken over and over again. Now you're terrified to love anybody, right? I was talking to a young lady last night. Well, she was actually an older woman. She had never like went out there and had those type of experiences. And she decided to try it. She was like, "Oh, let me have a friends with benefits. Let me have a situationship, right?" And she did, and she ended up falling for the guy. And it's like, yeah, you can't help it. You can't like make a decision, I will not catch feelings. It does not work that way. You 100% will. And if you don't, it's because you already fucked yourself up. That's quite literally what your body is designed to do. Does that make sense? So you can't listen to Cardi B. Can't listen to Lotto. You can't listen to Nicki Minaj. Coach, she waits till 10:30 p.m. just to text. How you doing? I mean, she texted you, bro. Leave them out of this. I'm telling you, man, like a lot of people. I mean, it's true for both sexes, by the way. This isn't just a woman thing. It's a male thing too. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
Good. Thanks for asking. What can I do for you, love?
Okay, so I don't have a question pertaining to my specific situation, but it did spawn from hearing the previous caller. And she mentioned that she didn't share with the person that she was talking to anything that happened in her prior marriage as it relates to like the reason why that they got divorced. So I've often come across videos on TikTok where women have shared that it's not right to share too much with a man in terms of like the past and like how your relationships went. But my question is like, how do you get to like an intimate spot or like have vulnerability with the man if you have to like decipher what to share and what to not share? Like, at what point does that become disingenuous?
Yeah, I agree. It's like kind of manipulative when you start to guard those things, right? Like it's a gray area because it's really what is your heart posture is how I would answer the question, right? Like, are you not sharing because you feel like if this person was aware of this information, they wouldn't choose you? But then that's probably the wrong way to go about it, right? A lot of women give that advice though out of like fear. So they have this perspective like, okay, if I tell a man like how my ex relationship went or my ex marriage went, I'm giving him like a playbook on how to play me.
Yeah.
And I think like that's like a boogeyman story. That's not really something I think men really think about. Like someone who's gonna play you. But like that's gonna happen. So if the person you're dealing with is operating in good faith, then it doesn't really matter what you tell them, right? Like, yeah, you may tell them something that turns them off. Like maybe like, I don't advise women going out there telling like their sexual escapades. I wouldn't do that, right? Especially if it's like crazy shit, right? Like you really went there. Yeah, you probably don't want to give details about that, right? But when it comes to you being vulnerable about like a past relationship, you probably would want to know that. That's probably that's the frame that I would take. Would you want to know? If you would want to know that information, then you should share it. That's probably the best heuristic.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That's a really good perspective, and I think that, and to tie it in, I think discernment would help a lot with those situations. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Ghost me, you know.
She ghosted you. Okay, so is this woman you were dating?
No, I wasn't even dating her. Like I just like met her from somewhere, and then we were talking like for like probably like 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then like it was going really good, and then like one night, it was like a Wednesday night, I called her and I started like flirting with the shit out of her because I was just in the friend zone at first, but she was giving me lots of energy then.
Okay.
And then once I like flirted with her a bunch, it got to a point where she got me to open up and be like, so like, what do you want from this? And I told her, I was like, I maybe just want a relationship. And then she's like, okay, but I was like, we could take things slow. And then, so the next night after, or the next day, it was like a Thursday, I asked her if she wanted to be my Valentine, and we texted back and forth all day. And she was asking me details like what we would be doing. So I told her what we would be doing, and then I asked her, she asked me like how long it would be. I told her that, and then she was like, okay, I'll get back to you, blah, blah, blah. And then Friday, I texted her once, she texted me back. And then since then, she hasn't texted me at all, and she's gone ghost since like Friday of like the 13th, I guess you could say.
Gotcha.
And she hasn't like responded to anything.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, bro. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry that happened to you, but it's like there's so many different possibilities, man. Her ex could have came back. She could have met a new guy. She could just not be feeling it anymore. She could be dead. Have you checked her vitals? There's tons of things that could have happened. You feel me? But it's like you just have to.
Yeah.
You don't want to obsess over this because you will never know really, unless like she comes and verbally tells you. You just won't know. Happens all the time though.
Yeah. I don't get it. Like, she gave so much energy and then just like dipped off. Like, I guess it is what it is. And like you said earlier, sure, ex probably could have popped back in, but like, the thing I don't get is like she has like 2 kids and like he like just completely ghosted them. And I'm not gonna lie, like I think 2 days after, I was scrolling through TikTok and her TikTok showed up what I suggested, and it had shown from a day earlier that she posted like 2 new TikToks, and they were like, one was like something about privacy, like with like her driving in her car and like her face in it, and it was like something about like wanting privacy or something like that, and then the other one was like, I give energy to people who give you energy, and then I saw that and I was like, okay, that can't be about me, because like I give her energy and she was giving it back.
Yeah, don't
like,
assume it was about you. She likely was talking to multiple people. So
yeah, probably.
And that's the person that she's probably focused on. How old are you two?
I'm 24 and she's 32.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How'd you meet?
To be honest, I met her in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you really should check her vitals then. Was she like a patient?
I know. Yeah, we were both patients.
Okay. Well, yeah, bro, I would just move on from this situation.
I literally, it's weird. I know this sounds weird on my end. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll just move on, bro. But best of luck to you, all right?
All right, thanks.
All right, no problem. All right. Yeah, check on Shorty. She might not be here no more. Let me stop.